In case you're new here, I go on natural history and art adventures in my pop-top Toyota minivan. Today we're going to explore Piedra Blanca in Los Padres National Forest, California. Initially, I had planned just to do a video on Piedra Blanca. However, every time I come back to this area, I find new places to explore. So this is going to be the first in a series of videos on the Ojai Valley, which is the gateway to Los Padres National Forest. In this series, we'll look at geology, rivers, flowers, and botany in general, birds, reptiles, habitat recovery after fire, and conservation efforts, including local native plant gardening. So I hope you'll join me for this cool series. Los Padres National Forest covers nearly 2 million acres of central and southern California. The forest runs along the coast ranges from Monterey County in the north to Ventura and Los Angeles counties in the south, and links coastal watersheds with high backcountry wilderness areas. These mountains form a kind of a nest around the Ojai Valley and help define the watersheds and habitats explored throughout this series. This is Lilly. She's a very good girl. The Sespe River flows about 61 miles through the mountains of Ventura County before joining the Santa Clara River near the edge of the coastal plain. Because most of its upper course runs through the remote backcountry of the Sespe Wilderness here in Los Padres National Forest, the river remains one of the most intact and naturally functioning river systems in Southern California. The Piedra Blanca are on the Gene Marshall Piedra Blanca National Recreation Trail in the Sespe Wilderness. While looking for a place to paint, I'm enjoying the sound of the Sespe River, the sunny sky, and being here when it is not too hot. I found my spot. These white rocks are 65 million year old fossilized sand dunes. First Nations people have inhabited this area for thousands of years, and it was a stronghold against Spanish missionary influence in the 18th and 19th centuries. Piedra Blanca is considered of particular cosmological significance by the Chumash people, and even today it provides an excellent location for stargazing and escaping into nature. see me painting with an iPad. I used to be a plein air purist, which meant that I would carry all of my art gear, oil paints, canvases, easel, everything into the wild where I would paint on location. But a couple of years ago, I ended up needing C-spine surgery, probably because of cumulative damage over the years from carrying too many heavy things like backpacks and scuba tanks. And actually, I'm enjoying using the iPad to paint because it's a lot more portable and flexible, and I'm enjoying learning the new technology. And it also led me to create this channel because I realized the painting program that I was using was recording all my brush strokes, and so I could make videos like this, which leads me to why I'm doing this. And it's to try to help people appreciate and hopefully protect wild spaces for everybody. So if you could please like and subscribe, that would be amazing. Thank you. Vegetation here includes mainly chaparral, such as chamise and manzanita, some scattered ponderosa pines and black oaks, and remnant coastal sage scrub, which is one of the most endangered ecosystems in the United States. The Sespe River is a designated wild and scenic river originating from the wilderness's higher slopes and provides habitat for endangered steelhead trout and riparian ecosystems. The mountains you see in the background are part of the transverse ranges, which are unique in that they're east-west trending instead of north-south, unlike most of the mountain systems in Southern California. The orientation of the transverse ranges results from a left step in the San Andreas Fault that occurred about 4 million years ago, when the southern reaches of the fault moved east to open up the Sea of Cortez, which is the body of water between Baja California and mainland Mexico. This movement forced pieces of the Earth's crust to compress and lift up. The transverse ranges vary in height from about 3,000 to 8,000 feet. They are geologically young and rising at a rate of approximately 10 millimeters a year, which is faster than the Himalayas. They are more than 300 miles long and extend from Channel Islands National Park into Joshua Tree National Park. The area supports diverse wildlife, including mule deer, mountain lions, bobcats, black bears, and endemic birds like the critically endangered California condor. There used to be California grizzly bears here too, but even though they are on the state flag, they went extinct in the 1920s due to overhunting by European settlers who arrived en masse during the gold rush of the 1800s. Let's talk a little bit about some safety when hiking. In Los Padres, poison oak often lines the trail and can blend into surrounding plants and look different in different areas. The ones I miss the most are the little ankle biters. So it's good to pay attention to where you're stepping for a number of reasons. Rattlesnakes are also part of this environment, particularly in warmer months. In the spring, the babies come out, and they are extra venomous and don't have rattles initially. Don't listen to music or use headphones when you're hiking because it can result in you not hearing rattlers. The backcountry here is often dry and exposed, so carrying plenty of water is essential. And temperatures can shift quickly between day and night, or if you go into a canyon or up to higher elevations. Trails can be faint and not marked well, and sometimes the signs are damaged or just not there. Take more food and water than you think you might need, as there's not always water here, and if you're going to drink water from the stream, it's good to carry some water purifying tablets or a filter so you don't get giardia or some other waterborne illness. Also, download offline maps before you go. Creek and river crossings can be unpredictable, especially after rain, so avoid crossing the river if you feel uncomfortable or if the water rises above your knees or the current feels strong. Always undo your backpack when you're crossing so that you can jettison it quickly if you need to. It's also important to check the weather before heading out, as conditions can change quickly and impact both temperature and water levels. Heat illness can come on quickly, and one of the more dangerous symptoms is confusion. People may not even realize that they need to drink water. Staying ahead of hydration is critical. Cell service is limited or non-existent in a lot of areas in Los Padres. Devices like ePerbs can help provide some additional safety, and a lot of smartphones now have satellite emergency features, but conserving battery is key. There's no cell reception out here, so highly recommend just to go ahead and switch to airplane mode when you lose signal so that you can preserve power. Always plan ahead and let someone know your route. And also, if you ever do need rescuing, remember that the search and rescue teams, at least in this area, are volunteers, and please thank them, as you'd be amazed at how many people don't. All done. Water flowing through the mountains of Los Padres helps shape the river corridors and chaparral habitats that support the landscapes of the valley floor below. In the next part of this series, we'll explore one of the protected open space preserves closer to the valley itself, which is managed by the Ojai Valley Land Conservancy. We'll see hillsides covered with spring wildflowers, which are part of a cyclical renewal that shapes landscapes in Southern California. See you next time.